हाँ स्वाति जी।
हरि ओम गुरुजी। हरि ओम गुरुजी, we can start.
Hari Om. Hari Om. In last session, I explained you the Karma Siddhanta, and that was the basic concept in Bhagavad Gita also. And accordingly, you might have understood the problems of Arjuna with reference to Karma Siddhanta. Because when he has to fight the war, he has to kill all his relatives, even grandfather and teacher and brothers and all that. And killing the person is a very bad karma, worst karma, we can say. And he was knowing that when I'm doing this bad karma, there will be a very bad result for me. Even though he can win the war, he can become a king, but still he has to face, because nobody can avoid these results of karmas. And that is why he has decided not to fight. That was his original problem, main problem. And now Bhagavan is explaining him now that fighting is a right karma for you. And now further, Bhagavan is going to explain hereafter also. Many stanzas are there. That if you do in a particular way, this karma, this will not give you the result. That is a advanced stage of karma siddhanta, I can tell you. Because karma is bound to give the result. But still, Bhagavan is explaining that you must do the karma in a particular way that we'll study now. Then this karma will not give the result. So even if this is a bad karma, you will not get the result of that bad karma. That is why Bhagavan is convincing Arjuna in a different ways. So let us come to the shlokas. Previously, I have to get some reference from the previous shloka, and then we'll go ahead. Bhagavan has explained Arjuna that your reputation is very high. You are a great or greatest warrior. So if you don't fight, you will lose your reputation. Losing the reputation is worse than death. That was explained in the previous slok. Now let us come to the next one now. Next one is slok number 35. भयाद्रणात् उपरतं मत्स्यन्ते त्वां महारथाः येषां च त्वं बहुमतो भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम्. Is giving further more explanation. Bhagavan is telling him that you are a greatest warrior. You have fought with many war and won the war. Arjuna has always winning the war, whatever it is. That was his reputation. But now if he doesn't fight here, then what the other warriors will think? Because when he was the greatest warriors, all other warriors were definitely giving respect to him. And now the other warriors will find out, oh, he is not fighting now. He's returning back from the fight. Then they will blame Arjuna. That Arjuna has got fear of fighting. And this is not good. Because the greatest warrior, how he can have the fear of fighting? But when Arjuna is not ready to fight, they will conclude, other warriors will conclude that you are under fear. You are afraid of fighting. And this is not good, no? This is not good for a greatest warrior. So you have to fight. That is what is explained in this shloka. Now next shloka, avachya vadavasya bahun vadishyanti tavahitaha nindantastava samarthyam tato dukkhataram nu kim. Further he explains. He is explaining in a different way. In this previous sutra, he explained about what the other warriors will think of Arjuna. Now he is explaining what the enemies will think. Because there were enemies also in front of Arjuna. So he says, the enemies will again say so many bad things for you. Arjuna is very afraid of fighting. He's not ready to fight. He's running away from the war and all that. So the enemies also will blame Arjuna. So the warriors also will blame. Warriors from Arjuna's side also will blame. Warriors from the enemies also, they will also blame because Arjuna is not ready to fight. So it is better to fight. How disgraceful will this be? When the enemies will say, oh, he has run away from the fight. They will be more happy, of course. But then this will be disgraceful to Arjuna. So that is what Bhagavan is convincing him. How you are affording this disgraceful situation. So stand up and fight. Again, same thing is there. In the next slok, some important principles is explaining. Hato va prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim. Tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchaya. Arjuna was afraid of the result of that fight because it was bad karma, worst karma, and he was afraid of getting bad results. So Bhagavan is convincing here in another way. He says, suppose in that fight you are killed. Actually, nobody was not knowing what is the result of the war. So Bhagavan is convincing from both the ways. Bhagavan is saying that, oh, suppose if you are killed, then you will get the heaven. That was again different concept was there. That the warrior, which is killed on the Kurukshetra, particularly, in the war, he can go to this heaven. That was the concept ruling that time. That's why he is convincing. Suppose if you are killed, you will get heaven, so you can enjoy heavenly facilities and pleasures and all that. So that is also good. Or if you are not killed, you kill the others. So if you kill the others, you will win the war. You can become the king and you can enjoy the facilities of the kingdom as a king. So both the things are good. That is what Bhagavan is convincing him. If you are killed, you will get heaven. If you kill the others, you will be a king. You will enjoy the kingdom. So both the things are good. So why you are worrying? He was sitting in the chariot. Bhagavan is telling him, no, get up. Come on, get up and start the war. Likewise, in different ways, Bhagavan is convincing Arjuna to make him ready to fight. Of course, Arjuna was not ready yet down. Arjuna is ready to fight at the end of Bhagvadgeeta. So every time Bhagavan is convincing in different ways. So he told, whatever is the result is good for you. Whether you are killed or whether you kill others. Now in the next slok, he is giving some philosophy. That is called Sankhya Yoga or Jnana Yoga. Sukha dukkhe samay krutva labha labho jaya jayu tato yuddha yujjasva naivam pavapsasi. As I told you, I explained the karma siddhanta and then I left it halfway. How we can avoid the results of karma after doing the karma. That was not explained by me in last lecture. But that is being explained by Bhagavan here. He says, Sukha dukkhe samay krutva. Sukha means pleasure, dukkha means misery. So he says you have to be same for pleasure or misery, which is very difficult for common person. When some pleasure is there, we are very happy and we want again and again and again. If some pain is there, misery is there, then we don't want it. We are straightway rejecting it. But still we have to experience. Whatever comes, we have to experience. Whether it is a pleasure or misery, we have to experience. We have to face it. We cannot control that. But now Bhagavan is saying that you have to face, no doubt, but with the equal thinking. Don't say I'm very interested in pleasure, not interested in misery. Nothing like that. You be same, alike, both the things. If you are in these conditions, this is a mental condition, of course. So you have to bear pleasure or misery in a same way. So mind will not get disturbed at all. Mind will not be happy with the pleasure, will not be bad with this misery, nothing. Mind will be very calm and quiet. So this condition of mind is very important. Similarly, labha labha. You get something, you don't get something. Labh means you get something. And labha means you don't get that something. If we get something which we like it, we are happy. If we get something which we don't like, we are not happy. Suppose I want something, I get it, I'm happy. If I don't get it, I'm angry. So this should not be there. If you get it, still you are calm and quiet. If you don't get it, still you are calm and quiet. So these two conditions have been explained. And thirdly, Jaya and Ajay. That means if you win the war, be calm and quiet. If you lose the war, be calm and quiet. Don't get your mind disturbed with winning or losing. So miseries and pleasure equal. You're achieving something, you're not achieving something. Still calm and quiet mind. If you are winning something, you are losing something, still your mind should be calm and quiet. This is a very good guideline given by Bhagwan. Here it is to Arjuna, but it is actually for us also. Because in our life, we have to face all these situations. And this is not under our control. So we get our mind disturbed. Then calm and quiet condition. Even if you are more happy, it is a disturbance, it's actually the condition of mind. Mind is very calm and quiet. That is normal condition of the mind. But we disturb it because happiness, miseries also we get it, we disturb our mind. So Bhagavan is saying you don't disturb your mind at all in all these situations. Same thing for Arjuna, that if you are winning or losing, why you are worrying for that? Don't disturb your mind. Keep your mind calm and quiet in all the situations. And that is why he's saying, Tato Yuddha Yujya. So then you start fighting. Ultimately, the suggestion is to fight for Arjuna. So he's giving different reason. This reason is given now. And this is good for us also. If you develop this tendency of the mind, and of course, to develop the tendency, practicing yoga is the solution for that. If you practice regularly asana, pranayama, meditation, all very regularly, you will develop this tendency of the mind. With this, whatever you are going to face in the life will not disturb your mind. The mind will not get disturbed. There will be no stress. So we can live stress-less life. That is what is expected nowadays. So for that, developing this tendency, sukha dukkhe samay krutva labha labho jaya. This is very important. And solution is practicing yoga. Solution is not given by Bhagavan here. But this is solution I know. Yoga is meant for that, controlling the functions of mind. Anyway, let us go ahead. Next sloka. Esha te bhita sankhe buddhir yoge tu vaushanam. Buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. So this principle, which I explain in this sloka, as guided by Bhagavan, is of Jnana Yoga, or it is called Sankhya Yoga. In Bhagvadgeeta, the word is used as a Sankhya Yoga. And after some times, this is named as Jnana Yoga. The meaning is same. So he said, I have given you the principle of Sankhya Yoga. That Sukha Dukkhe Samay Krutva Labha Laho Jaya Jayo. This is the principle of Sankhya Yoga. If you are convinced with this, is okay. Now I am going to give you the principle of Karma Yoga now. So he is giving some more additional principles of Karma Yoga, which I told you previously, that he is going to explain some principles of Karma Yoga. How to avoid the results of karma. That means we have to do the karma, but there will be no result. And that is Karma Yoga. And that now he said, I'm going to explain you now. You listen to me. So you can follow Sankhya Yoga, you can follow Karma Yoga. That will be solution for you to fight. In the next slok, नेहाभिक्रमनाशोस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमल्पस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. Now, Karma Yoga principle is selfless work. You have to work, but don't expect anything. Selflessly, you have to work. We'll know selflessly. We are doing so many work in our society also, selflessly. We don't expect anything, we don't want anything, but still we are to serving. Serving the society is also selfless work. But without any expectation, without any remuneration. That is selfless work. So selfless work is a basic principle of Karma Yoga. That is what is being explained here. And in selfless work, you are not going to get anything. But still, you have to do. That means karma will be there, but there will be no result. If you don't expect anything, then there will be no result. So you have to do the karmas in this way. So this is a principle of karmas. And further he says, Svalpamalpasya dharmasya trayate mahatva. If you follow this principle, selfless work, if you follow this principle, then you can save even for the birth-death cycle also. Mahato bhayat, that you can save from many dangerous things. And the most dangerous thing is birth and death cycle. So you can save from the birth, even from the birth and death cycle also, even if you follow this principle, very little also. So this is a very important principle explained by Bhagavan to Arjuna and to us also now. Because total Bhagvadgeeta is for Arjuna, but it is for common person also. And that is why it is being studied even after 5,500 years. So this principle is good for us, that you have to do the selfless work. And then that will save from all these abnormalities in our life. The next one is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Rekeha Kulu Nandana Bhavushakha Yanantascha Buddhayo Vyavasayinam. Now he is again explaining the same principle in more details. Because selfless action, selfless work means it is selfless action. We can come to the word of Karma Siddhanta, selfless action. Every action must be selfless. So when you follow this selfless action, your intelligent also will be tuned for that. And the process will be continued for every action. And for that, ultimate target is relief from the birth-death cycle, liberation. So if you follow this principle, that there is only one target for intelligence, to get relief from birth-death cycle and merge with God. But otherwise, if somebody is not following this principle, then his intelligence has got a number of targets. And that is what we are experiencing in our life. Every now we think that I want this thing. Suppose I get it, okay, I can get it, I can enjoy. But then again, next desire will come. When this desire is fulfilled, the third desire will come. If it is not fulfilled, then the anger will be there. So a common person is involved in all the desires. We are facing the complications for that, whatever the result is there. So it is explaining two ways. If you follow the principle of the selfless karma, then there is only one target of liberation, no other expectation at all, because it is selfless. But if it is not there for a common person, and common person is involving in the desires, one after two or the second, third, fourth, there is no end to the desires. Some can be fulfilled, some cannot be fulfilled. Then sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are sad. So you get involved in the happiness and sadness cycle, and no liberation. And that will ultimately result in birth and death cycle. And there is no end to that cycle. So selfless karma is a solution for this total problem. For Arjuna also, and for our life also. And for this selfless karma, Bhagwan is explaining so many things hereafter that we'll see in the next lecture. Let us stop it here. Hari Om.